Hello. On this episode of Swamp Stories, we're going to be diving into the world of K-pop, especially who we consider the goats of K-pop as a whole. Artists that became your favorite K-pop artists. I'm Nathan Yoon, and today I brought out one of my closest friends, Izzy, who is also a massive fan of the genre as a whole, to debate who actually deserves the title and what makes him so legendary. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Izzy.
Okay, so Izzy, you and I are pretty big K-pop fans, right? But I've really only been listening to the genre for a year or two now. However, I do know you've been listening to it for a long time. How long overall have you been listening to K-pop though? And what do you love most about the genre and just the industry as a whole?
Okay, so I don't really remember when I first started listening to it, but I remember I had a really big listening phase in 5th to 6th grade.
So you just listen to them?
Yeah, and then it kind of died out for the rest of middle school, and then I started re-listening in end of freshman year. So that's, I don't know.
It's the basic timeline?
That's the basic timeline of when I listen. But then for why I like the industry, a big part of it of why I like it is the visuals, and not the visuals of the idols.
Yeah,
not their looks, but I like their fashion and their aesthetic, and how they each have their own Enhypen vampires, ATs.
Their own concepts?
Yeah, I like their concepts.
Well, yeah, that's a good reason. Wait, yeah. What do you in terms of concepts? What is your favorite concept out there?
I really
or just the basic because there's different kind of genres of concepts. What would you say your favorite kinds are?
I really like the kind of fresh school kind of vibe,
really?
as well as the fairy and ethereal kind of vibe. I think it's really pretty.
Well, Islet?
Yeah, I really like Illit, and I really like.
Wait, do you say Illit?
I say Illit.
Wait, I say Islet, bro. Wait, which is the right one though?
I hear a lot of people saying both. I don't really know. I just say what I think.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we dive into the main part?
Nope.
But now, what do you think, in terms of, just, the word itself, what do you think people mean by when they say the GOAT or the greatest of all time? What makes someone a GOAT?
I feel if you're the GOAT at something, you have to be really good at, what you do. So, obviously, you have to be really good at, singing in K-pop, the dancing, the whole aspect of it. And basically, you're just, on a whole another level than, other people within the career.
Yeah. Well, speaking of what you said, vocals and all that, what, okay, in terms of things like vocals, stage presence, dance skills, and just many other things, what criteria do you think is the most important to make someone a GOAT?
I think within K-pop, I think it has to be vocals.
I agree.
Just because you're an idol, your job is to sing, so you
Yeah.
have to have that skill within you.
That is true, yeah. Okay, so now I just want to ask you this question. So generally in K-pop there are two types of artists. I mean, there's also many other types, but this is what I mean, soloists and groups.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think these two compete with each other in terms of who's the GOAT? And also give an example of a soloist who could be considered a GOAT.
So I think they both should be in their own separate
Their own leagues?
Yeah, their own leagues, just because I feel they're so different in the kind of music they make. And then also one has more a higher budget sometimes, just because there's more people and more things that need to go into production rather than just one person in a solo. And then for a soloist who could be considered a GOAT,
Can I say mine?
yeah,
I think the GOAT soloist of all time might be IU, bro.
IU,
because I think she's had the most insane run. She's in my opinion, she's the princess of K-pop, bro.
really?
Yeah.
I was when I was thinking of this before, I low-key didn't even think of IU.
Really?
Yeah, I thought of Lehigh.
Lehigh. Oh, really?
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I do think. Oh, that was kind of loud. I do think she's had an insane run the past 3 years. She just sounds so good on every every track. Yeah.
And I feel her album, I don't know the album name, but it's the one with Only in it.
Yeah. Bro, Only might be a top 10 in the past 3 years.
That has to be like the best solo song in like
Really? You
so
think so?
long. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, I agree with that. Yeah, I think Lehigh's just been a crazy run. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but now here's a bit of a tricky question.
Okay.
So, in the summer of 2022, one of the most popular groups of recent years, New Jeans, came out. I mean, R.I.P. though. R.I.P. First of all, R.I.P. But like, now for those who don't know, New Jeans, in a way, people think they changed the industry. I think that too. People think they changed the industry in genre
Mhm.
of K-pop as a whole by popularizing like a new natural aesthetic that has really been popular over the next couple of years. So in the same way that New Jeans changed the genre, which artists do you think have a similar impact to them? You can just start naming them off if you want to.
Honestly, like I just think, big influences like Big Bang,
Big Bang, yeah,
Big Bang, BTS, Blackpink.
yeah.
Just because I feel like they're like very known globally, and
Mhm.
especially like Blackpink, where it's like an all female group. So I feel like they help like get female K-pop artists a little bit out
Yeah.
there globally. And then also like BTS, because like I feel like BTS had like
BTS is like a powerhouse.
yeah, they had like that crazy like I think it was like 7 or more year streak where they won like
Yeah.
album of the year or something like that.
In terms of entertainment companies in Korea, they just manage every aspect of an artist's career. Like, do you think the larger the company, the easier it is for that group to achieve fame?
I think 100% because groups like TXT, they gain a lot of exposure just because they're like in the same company as BTS as well as Cordis. Like they're also under Hive, and I
Oh, yeah.
remember a lot of people like talking about Cordis before they even debuted, and they already had like a huge following before, just because they were like announced to be under Hive and they were like
Yeah.
a Hive new group. Whereas people like Ace, they didn't really like. I feel like they're sorry. I feel like they're more niche, especially within like the K-pop group company even like they're like very niche. A lot of K-pop listeners themselves like don't even really know about them. Like I didn't really know about them until like recently, just because like they're just so niche and they're under like a really small company that like you've never really even heard of. And so I feel like being under a bigger company like definitely helps. And like being under a bigger company, you have more like money and assets to like help with your production of your music and your like concept and like advertisement, because advertisement is like also a really big thing within
Yeah.
like K-pop.
But now, Izzy, my last question for you today. We're getting a bit over time, but that's okay. And just after thinking about all the stuff we talked about today, across all 5 generations of like every K-pop company, impact, and whether they're a soloist or group, like which K-pop artists do you consider the true GOAT? And I want you to do this. I want you to do the true GOAT of like the past and a true GOAT of like the now rookies. And when I say rookie, I mean like up to like Hearts to Hearts and Cordis.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
You could also say New Jeans, but I don't know if you want. Like, I don't know.
New Jeans, you will be missed. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I feel like New Jeans as a whole though is like just like.
Like they could have gone to BTS level, for being honest, bro.
Well, honestly, like real, because like they had so much going on for them, and then just like the court case was just so crazy with the door and everything.
Yeah.
But the true GOAT of K-pop, I think, honestly, I would have to pick G-Dragon from Big Bang.
G-Dragon, really?
Yes, because like he's still very famous. Like the Big Bang group as a whole is very
Yeah.
famous. Like I don't know if you remember, but I think it was like Mama, like the one Mama show where Big Bang.
2024? Wait, no. Wait, when they came back or when?
Yeah, when they came back,
Yeah.
it was like the whole thing with the 3 of them, and then like everyone was like, "Woo!"
my
and then,
gosh.
yes, and then you could see a lot of like K-pop idols like dancing and like singing immediately after they heard
Yeah.
the beat, and I thought that was like so cool because it's like, like a lot of people are saying like, oh, when your idols meet their idols,
Yeah.
I feel like G-Dragon and like Big Bang as a whole is like your idol's favorite idol.
Mm.
And I feel like I especially saw that when like it showed a lot of clips during that show of like 17, and like again 17 is like my favorite K-pop group, so it was like very much like them being very happy and like being like in awe because of Big Bang. So I thought that was like he's your K-pop idol's favorite idol, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then also allegedly he made like the idea of like a light stick,
I've heard about that, yeah.
right? And it's like just so like light sticks are very
Like I think they're like every group uses them now.
yeah, every group uses them, and I know like even 5th gen groups use them, 3rd gen groups use them, and like 4th gen uses them too. And so it's just become like such a big thing, and it all came from him supposedly. So I think that was like really cool, you know.
Yeah. But like, what do you think about the rookies now? Like, which goat do you think is like a rookie goat, like a rookie goat?
Rookies.
I think for me,
Mm,
just even though they only came out in the past year,
Cordis.
Cordis, bro.
I think.
They're another group where it's like they are. I don't know if like I'd say that they are now, but they're on the path to worldwide fame.
I think maybe Illit or maybe
Islet, really?
yeah. I was thinking either maybe Illit or
Wait, I once said
Cordis.
Islet was like a one-hit wonder with Magnetic, but that's just not true because it's like
Bro!
they have like multiple songs that have gone like insanely viral, bro. Like what's
Right.
it called? Not Cute Anymore, bro.
Not Cute Anymore is so good. And then
Yeah.
also like Jelly
Bro, I literally heard a girl sing Not Cute Anymore in my class like yesterday, bro.
I just feel like all their songs are like so good. Like like Lucky Girl Syndrome.
Yeah.
Jellius, Cherish
I
My
love Jellius.
Love.
I know a lot of people don't like Jellius, but I love
Really?
Jellius. Yeah.
Oh, I just like all their songs like are just so good. So I feel like maybe Illit and then like maybe Boy Next Door.
Really?
Yeah, because I heard like maybe not like much now. They used to have like a lot of fame when they first came
Yeah.
out, and they had like a lot of interactions with other idols, which I just thought was like helping push them into like fame, but also like it shows like that they're kind of more authentic, which is like nowadays you can't really like speak on like how authentic someone is or like an idol, blah blah blah, whatever. But I just think like I feel like when you see them and how they interact with other people, it's just very like it's very heartwarming to see like
Yeah.
idol interactions, especially because like I feel like it kind of died in like 4th gen, and so it's just nice to see it back. And then also how like their songs used to be like really big, low-key.
Yeah.
Not as big as like Cordis now and like how they debuted, but it used to be like popular too.
Okay, well, Izzy, just thank you for coming out today, and just thanks to all the listeners who took time out of their day to listen to Swamp Stories. Be sure to subscribe so you'll be notified when the next episode drops. Just say goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.